It's your boy DJ, and today we're talking about not CoinSwap Space, ha ha ha. No, we're talking about Troncase. Now, I know I haven't done an extensive review of Troncase yet, which I am actually in the process of putting together. But what I am talking about here is my Troncase strategy because I managed to start Troncase with about $100. And a couple times along the way, I put in a few bucks, maybe like $50 here, $50 there. But I posted a picture today, and I didn't really think about it, that the fact that my whole Troncase balance was made up mostly of what I had earned in Troncase. And people had asked me what my strategy was. Well, the page that you're looking at is not my strategy. That wasn't my strategy. This is the page that was my strategy. Now, when I started Troncase, Tron was so cheap. It was like just over 5 cents. It's went up. It's come back down a bit, but it's still floating somewhere right now around 7 cents. But didn't start with 25,000 Tron. I started with about 500. No, started with about $100. So maybe 1,500. Yeah, thereabouts. Now, when I first started Tron, I said, well, let me sit down and do the math and see what's going to be the best. And I was debating between a monthly withdraw and reinvest and a weekly withdraw and reinvest. And I was doing that math, and I hadn't really considered bi-weekly. And one of the other people in the group had suggested bi-weekly. And I said, oh, wow, I didn't even think of that. And it turned out that bi-weekly was just about the perfect time to withdraw and reinvest. It was actually, at the time, with the rate that it was closer to 16 days. But 16 days is really hard to schedule. Most people, you either run weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Trying to do something every 16 days is rather difficult because it's just not going to be inside of any pattern. But so running it at 14 days really wound up being only a few cents off from where I was when I started out. So I ran it every 14 days, and that's all I would do. I didn't withdraw any, probably for the first 2 months. I withdrew nothing at all. Every time I did a withdrawal, it was just to reinvest. And after I picked up some steam, every once in a while I would withdraw some money for this or that. But I was focused on just growing the Troncase account, which I managed to do. So, realistically, I'm probably somewhere in this range. About just, I actually just crossed the 25,000 Tron mark. So, it didn't take me 6 months to get there. It really only took me about 4. So I started the very end of February, maybe the beginning of March. And like I said, I did a couple times. I did reinvest some, like $50, $100 here and there, but not a whole lot. So now being at 25,000, it's like 25,065. It's a weird number. Tron. I'm looking at where to go from here. Now, that's not the only thing that changes, not just the amount of Tron that I have in Troncase. The thing that's really changed the most, when I started, you started at 1%, and that daily bonus got you to 1.5%, and that was cool. And then the first time it went up to max out at 1.6 was super exciting. And now here we are a couple months later at maxed out at 2.2%. Now, I was already looking at changing my calendar because last week we went from 1.8 to 1.9 on Tuesday, and then to 2.0 on Friday. And I just hadn't sat down to do the math to see if I needed to adjust my calendar yet, and I figured I did. I was thinking I was going to head towards a 10-day reinvest plan. I just didn't do the math yet. And then this morning we go to 2.2%, and I'm like, yeah, I probably need to math this out right now. Now, what frustrated me really this morning was the fact that I had sat down and figured it out at 2%, and I was like, yeah, definitely need to go to 10 days at 2% on a withdraw and reinvest schedule. And then 8 minutes after I did the work to do the math, it went up another 0.2%. And I'm like, come on, guys, cut me a break. But, that's a good problem to have. So here's the deal. This is what our 14-day schedule looks like, and for doing this comparison, we're going to use 140 days because that's just inside the time it takes before your first deposit reaches the 300%, so we don't have to worry about calculating the fall off. And it also gives us 2 even markers to use between 10 and 14 days. So in using the 14-day formula in 140 days with 25,065 tron, we have a total earned, now at 7 cents flat. That's just because I don't want to deal with decimals too much. That's a total earned of $21,162, or $323,477.71 tron. Now we're going to use the calculator here, and let's compare dollars first, just because it's easier to think in terms of dollars than it is to think in terms of tron. Now, 14-day schedule out, 10-day schedule. Also, same deal, 14 cycles at 10 days. We get $22,122.71. That leaves us with a difference of $960. Now, that's almost $1,000 over the course of 3.5 months. It's $1,000 more if you withdraw and reinvest every 10 days versus every 14 days. I keep saying it, and I say it because I see a lot of what people say is I feel like or I think that. Guys, this is accounting. It's math. That's it. Do the math to find what works best. I don't think anybody in this group wants to leave $1,000 on the table over any period of time, whether it's 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years. You don't want to leave $1,000 on the table. So do the math, figure it out. Then once you do the math, build your goals around it. That's how I got from 1,000 tron to 25,000 tron in 4 months with absolute minimal out-of-pocket investment. Not only that, you can clearly look and see where we're going to be 3 months from now. 3 months from now, I can withdraw $500 every 10 days. I could withdraw $1,000 every 10 days and still continue to grow my Troncase account. $1,000 every 10 days is $3,000 a month. Now, I don't know about you and what your situation is, but $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 a year. That's more than most of America makes in a year. I know they say the median income is $52,000 a year, but we know that's not completely accurate because that takes into account all the people who make millions of dollars a year versus the people who make $20,000 a year. $36,000 a year is more than most people make. And that's in 6 months. Total time for me, starting with $100. Tell me where else you can do that. So that's all I got for you tonight, guys. If you got some value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see all of what I'm doing in crypto, in gold and silver, and I got another project on the horizon that I have to add to the agenda, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, that's all I got. DJ out.